So this is a previous workflow, and I've worked in this workflow before in design agencies, as I mentioned earlier. What happens when you're producing a piece of print like this? What happens is the artist or the client sends email and copy and images as attachments, and then there's revisions, a lot of toing and froing between the client and the agency. In this case, it's Brightstripe. And then Brightstripe to collate all the material and send all that approved material to the designer. And the designer, which was the kind of stage I would be involved in before in the previous life, collates all that material and then sends proofs back to Brightstripe. But Leone at Brightstripe said that this is very time consuming, too much toing and froing. It's just not a good use of my time managing this process. So she wanted a software solution that would eliminate these processes and free her up to use her time more effectively. So this is the system, Web2Artwork system here. So what happens is that the artist sets up an account, and then when they've got an account on the system, they decide what advert size they want for the HArt guide. So they then choose their advert. And then the artist completes all the information. So the title of the event, the description, and character limits prevent the artist from putting in too much information, because people like to put in 1,000 words when only 200 are necessary. And then the system only allows recognized file formats like TIFF and JPEG. So they're uploaded by the artist, and then if the artist can save the form and come back to it later. And then when the artist has submitted all the images in the copy, they get a preview of how it looks. But it's not an actual artwork, it's just an overview to make sure that the artist is happy with the content of the advert. That's the designer's job later on. And then they approve the whole thing. So the emphasis is on them to get it right. And then Leone at Brightstripe logs in, and when all the entries have been submitted and paid for and approved, all the website data is exported. And then that is then sent to the designer. So Leone's work in this is very minimal. The team have to spend, a few hours managing this, whereas before it was a very time-consuming process. So the designer then gets the file and the script for InDesign, and all the images are pulled from the server at Brightstripe into the designer's workstation, and all the adverts are created automatically. You'll see it's created already there, and that's the artwork. With all the images and the copy and all the details, phone numbers, website addresses, and the designer can then start formatting it, typesetting it, and refining the design. And then the designer can then send PDFs to the artist or Brightstripe for them then to get further approval. And that's basically how it works.